I'm here at the RBI Youth Academy here in Compton, California, where over 60 youth had the opportunity to participate in baseball drills that consisted of hitting, fielding, and defense. On hand was Spectrum SportsNet analyst Jerry Harrison Jr., Ned Coletti, and Nomar Garcia-Parr, who not only taught the kids about baseball, but the power of teamwork. Jerry Harrison Jr., analyst for Spectrum SportsNet LA for the Dodgers. Does this bring back any memories for you being here at the RBI program here in Compton and teaching a clinic for these young people?
It does. It brings back great memories. I would like to think it wasn't that long ago that I was 8, 9, 10 years old, but man, that was over 25, 30 years ago. So it is a long time, but just seeing the smiles on the kids' faces, just wanted to be out here learning about the game of baseball. Daryl Miller and this RBI program they have here in Compton, it's an outstanding facility. Great yard, great stadium, and I think the kids are really enjoying it.
The RBI program, we talked about it, how it benefits a lot of kids from the local area, from LA, Long Beach, all over Southern California. Do you feel like the RBI program could be doing more as far as just getting more, especially young Black and Latino kids involved in baseball, as far as, especially with it being so pricey, sponsorships and things of that nature?
I think in any situation, you can always do more. There's some room for improvement, but these guys in this program, they've done an excellent job. Now that we've seen the development the last 4 or 5 years, you're starting to see it in the minor leagues, starting to see it in the draft. Just as recently as last year, Hunter Green was part of this program. You had another kid go #1 overall to the Twins. He was a part of this program. We're starting to see now the influx of kids from the inner cities, minorities start to play baseball. Now with the injuries that everybody knows about in football, more parents wanting to have their kids play this game of baseball. I think the game of baseball, you can have a long career. It's safer to play, and I believe it's the best sport to play. It's an exciting game, and now these kids are starting to get really back into it. And you can see once you get on the field, it's a tremendous sport to play.
There was a report a couple of years back about it being about 8% Black American baseball players. How well have you seen the movement from that number to where it is currently now?
I remember seeing a report. I know I talked to Torrey Hunter about it a couple of years back, and other players. In the 70s, it was around 24 to 25%. Now, like you mentioned, it's down to 8%, but I think we're going to start to see those numbers climb. We just saw the Futures game this past season. So many good players from Chicago, whether it's from LA, Washington, D.C. So many players are starting to get back in the game of baseball. We're going to start to see that number really increase.
Now, you being an analyst for the Dodgers, brother, I have to ask you this question. Manny Machado's on board. They got Brian Dozier. Where do you see this Dodger team going from this point forward now that we have the trades in the second half of the season?
I thought the Dodgers had a pretty good chance to represent the National League once again in the World Series. I think their chances obviously have now increased. Anytime you add a game changer like a Manny Machado, that helps your ball club. Brian Dozier, he's one of the ultimate pros, really solid second baseman. He's got tremendous power too. So two guys up the middle provide pop to the offense along with our pitching staff. I think the Dodgers are the team to beat.
And last thing, in your estimation, there was some controversial comments made by MLB commissioner regarding the marketing of big league stars, mainly Mike Trout, but you look at Bryce Harper, obviously with the Dodgers, you have Yasiel Puig, Matt Kemp, Clayton Kershaw, on and on. Where do you feel Major League Baseball needs to improve, especially with their marketing of players, so they can be more accessible, like what the NBA and the NFL do with their players?
I love this question, and you're right. I think Major League Baseball is kind of behind other sports like the NFL and NBA, but I think we're starting to see these guys catch up. I think, Mike Trout isn't that type of guy as far as being out there, because that's not really his personality. He lets his game do the talking, and I love that. I want guys to be themselves. And I think being themselves is good enough. Listen, if you're a baseball fan, you know who Mike Trout is. You know he's the best player in the game. So many young players are starting to get back in social media and really kind of take this game forward. So I want guys to be themselves, to feel free to be themselves, and I think that's going to be good enough.